John, Daniel, it is 2026, and believe it or not, we are back with more top 10 discussions because everybody loved it so much. But these are not connected anymore. These are just any old topic that we can think of and top 10s that we can pull you all for. And what better way to start 2026 than by looking back and reminiscing about 2025, which was a pretty decent year as far as video games are concerned, and releases and all kinds of big games that came out. So yeah, I did a poll of our audience to see what their top 10 games of 2025 were. All that mattered is that they released in 2025. It could be a re-release or whatever, but if it has a version in 2025, it counted. And this is our results. And of course, we'll probably do our usual of having you guys guess. But how are you both feeling about 2025?
This is Dragon Drive's time. Every site has been just leaving it off the list for some reason. I don't know why. And this is the time where every single entry is Dragon Drive.
No, no, no. And you're forgetting about Welcome Tour. That's going to be the finale of the whoever's top one and top two.
I know. Yeah. That's intense. That's intense. Man. Oh yeah, Natalie, Fire Emblem Shadows. That's the true MVP. Everybody's talking about Fire Emblem Shadows.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Oh gosh. But yeah, in case you never watched our series before of top 10s, basically what it is that we put out a poll. You have a week to vote on it, and the order matters. Whatever you put at number 1 gets 10 points, all the way down to your number 10, which is only worth 1 point. So we go by points. And because of that, and because of people being, it being a wide net, a lot of it comes down to what are people actually able to play? Because you can't play everything in 2025. I was actually surprised I hit 10 games that I played in 2020 or completed in 2025. So I was quite happy when I found that out. But yeah, it will limit like what comes to the top as far as maybe the critically, I guess is the best way to put it. But
yeah,
it comes down to
is always a big part of this. Like in the Game Awards as well. Like the best game of the year probably isn't always the one that's gonna get the recognition it deserves if it's one that didn't cast a wide net. But it will be interesting to see if there's any cool little niche picks in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think what we usually do is after the top 10, we quickly go over to the top 50. So I think that's where you're going to get your fun extra bits there. Yeah. So let's just go ahead and get this started. We'll have you guys guess once again, but to just get things started off right off the bat, we had 769 votes for this one. So not too bad. I think that's a pretty sizable one comparative to some of the other polls we've had. And at number 10, it received 814 points. Daniel, John, what is our number 10 best game of 2025 according to all of our viewers?
Oh man, we're still guessing, huh? For season 2.
There was a debate. Do we guess or not? But I feel like the guess works out. I don't know. I swear the structure I'm used to at this point.
Mm-hmm. Go on, Daniel. What does the headband say? Listen to it.
My headband has spoken to me, and it said that before it was overshadowed by all things Switch 2, I'm going to say Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh, cool choice. I'll go with Blueprints.
Nice. At number 10, Daniel, starting the year strong, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive
There we go.
Edition.
I'm taking this one. I'm quitting while I'm ahead.
Bye, Daniel.
Yep, he's won. He's done.
This was a really, really cool one, though.
Yeah.
Even disregarding the new content it added, if you go back to the Wii U version, after playing this one, there's a lot of small quality of life improvements that just make this a lot more pleasing to play. The faces all look nicer. The camera feels better. It runs better. It's just a neater version of one of the Wii U's best games. And we're in the entire Switch life cycle being like, when are they going to port this thing? And they waited until the very possible last minute to do so. And it was just the joy to re-experience again. And even the new stuff, while I'm not crazy fond of how it ended, it was nice to recontextualize parts of X after all this time.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
have, I unfortunately with when it released, I wasn't able to focus in on it as much as I really would have liked. Because I love Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's
Mhm.
kind of the Xenoblade game that got me into Xenoblade, which is I think kind of a weird starting point for a lot of people. So I have just a natural appreciation for X in general. I have no idea what the epilogue brings to the table. I have to beat the entire game if I want to actually see that
Yeah.
epilogue. So that's a bit of a time commitment. Um, but to see the amount of appreciation, at least on this list, for Xenoblade Chronicles X, does my heart good. It's like, yes, finally people recognize, because for so long this was considered the black sheep of the series, and I think finally people get how you're supposed to play this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great to see this actually arrive on the Switch after all this time. You already mentioned that it was just that one of those one of the final games on the Wii U that was just stuck on the Wii U, and it was kind of awkward because like that game was so large, you kind of needed the larger the storage Wii U to even play this game.
Yeah.
Unless you had
Mhm.
extra storage capacity. But yeah, this was one that I was really waiting for to see happen, and it was just a joy to play this game. There's still parts of it I haven't really gone into. We were still waiting to see if there's going to be like a Switch 2 edition, as with many games we're waiting for on the Switch. So I know some people that are specifically waiting to play this game further because they want to see if a Switch 2 edition will come out because there's a lot of little bits and pieces that can be improved performance wise. But yeah, it's nice to see that all things Xenoblade Chronicles are now on one console to enjoy.
It's
It's
really, really
impressive.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also cool, like contextualized to the time it came out. Like with 3DS and Wii U, they were giving us very undesirable games at this point in time. Whereas with the Switch, they just gave us one of the most yearned for ports of Wii U, like one of the coolest RPGs out there. And that was the thing that kind of tided you over until the Switch too. It's like, what a
Mhm.
cool choice that was. And there were some really great improvements to it. The font size was greatly improved. There's
Massively.
lots of things from 3 and 2, like the lip syncs now match up more. They just made a much neater version of X.
Yeah. Yeah. I again, I did not get to play much myself, but I just appreciate the game at a core level. And honestly, I'd say my most anticipated Switch 2 game is whatever Monolith Soft is working
Oh
on
yeah,
next. Like
Mhm.
that's
totally.
what I want to see. Like, what are they going to
Yeah.
do with that system when we saw what they squeezed out of the Switch One? Like, good
Yeah,
God. So
very
Once they're
exciting.
finished helping with all of every other Nintendo property that's on there, like
Yeah,
Micro World and one, eventually they'll get to their own title. I'm waiting to see it too.
yeah, I'm excited for it. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, at number 10, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. So let's go ahead and jump over to number 9, which beat out Xenoblade by 51 points. Daniel,
I'll
John, what is number 9?
I'll
Huh.
say Silent Hill F at this point.
I don't know. The headband already proved me to speak the truth.
Yeah,
I'm
can't be
going with
wrong
another
anymore.
JRPG. I'm just gonna go with Trails in the Sky first chapter and see where that can land.
All right. At number 9, Daniel, I think your headband powers are weakening just a little bit because it
Oh,
is an RPG.
Uh,
It's not the one you're thinking of. At number 9, Deltarune chapters 3 and 4.
oh man, I would have. I guess I would have put that a little bit higher, but
Mm,
to see it recognized here in the top 10, I'm plenty happy to see that there. Deltarune is a game where at this point it's a hard game to review as I did earlier this year because if you're already into this game, if you play 1 and 2 and you enjoyed that, you're probably going to jump into 3 and 4 at this point. 3 and 4 is what you get after you fully, now you purchase the game, you're going to be getting the rest of the chapters from here on out. But for some people, it's like not a complete game because it's not every chapter, but at the same time, I don't know. I treat it like seasons of a show or an anime. It's like you want to stay up to date
mhm.
with what's happening. You're in that
It
conversation. There's so much going on. Toby Fox makes little references to people in the fandom that are trying to guess at what's happening in the next chapter. It's just fun to keep up with that
it
for
it's
each
like
release.
episodes of those indie, online anime shows, like from like Digital Circus or whatever. Like where you get
Mhm.
the episode, you get everybody talking about it, and everyone wondering what's going to happen in the next episode, and then you finally get it, and the discussion happens even further. And what I appreciate, I've played through all of chapter 3. I'm only a couple hours into chapter 4. But what I like about these over the first 2 chapters is how the first 2 chapters make it seem like it's going to be just a set formula. And with these
Mhm.
2, it's like, no, there's no formula. Like we're going to just do whatever in this case. And it feels like you can see how it feels like it flows from one to the next and keeps a constant narrative going, but it still works as individual chapters. It's pretty impressive in that way, and how it handles all that. And there's certainly a challenge to be found, because I spent 3 hours trying to beat a certain boss at the end of chapter 3.
Oh, yeah.
I
I know
did
which
it,
one.
but it was rough. Like that was so unlike anything. Because I've never gone through the genocide route in Undertale, so I've never fought in Sans.
Mm.
So I apparently this is comparable. So I'm proud that I did it, but that was a marathon.
Every chapter so far of Deltarune has its own optional boss. You don't have to fight them, but they're like the hardest challenge of every chapter thus far. And the one that you did was probably that's probably the most difficult one thus far. I'm sure you listened to Black Knife quite enough times
Oh
doing
yeah.
that challenge. It's crazy. And you get a taste of it, whether you do the prerequisites or not. You get the taste of it at the end, either way, and you get the real feel once you do all those prerequisites afterwards. But no, what you were saying about the theming, I love the chapters 3's studio television TV time theming. It's so fun. Tenna is an incredible antagonist, I guess.
Uh,
Very unhinged. And then chapter 4 is like where the real meat of this collection is. That's where it really starts to like buckle down on the lore, the story. There's a shift in tone, and that's where
yeah.
where it stands out for me the most.
It feels like with chapter 4, because again I'm still early on, but the way they've shifted out the beginning from what I thought it was gonna how I thought it was gonna start to a much slower pace was fascinating, and I'm
Mhm.
curious how they're going to handle, because most people say chapter 4 is their favorite. So I'm
Mhm,
curious how
yeah.
this is, and it's fun because we have John here who has not played any of them yet,
Yeah.
because he wants to experience it as all one full final game.
I've been mysteriously quiet, just letting you guys talk. Yeah.
I tell people give it a shot, but I understand some people wanna watch their shows or play their games when they're in a complete state, so I get it, but
Yeah.
I'm not I wouldn't be able to hold myself back. I gotta play it as soon as they come out.
I think I put in a solid 20 showers. There's a good amount of time. This is going to be a lengthy game by the time it's complete. It's fully finished.
Oh, yeah.
So it's impressive. But yeah, don't really have much else to say, because I don't want to, spoilers are a thing with Deltarune, and a lot of the fun is just experiencing it yourself. So we'll limit what we
Yeah.
say here. But yeah, Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 at number 9. Let's go ahead and move on to our number 8 best game of 2025, according to all of you, beating out Deltarune by 460 points ish. So a
Well,
bit
let's
of
see
a
if the
jump.
headbang gets its mojo back.
Hmm.
Let's see. Harness the
I don't
power.
I don't know. What are you thinking, John? I'm still trying to think of a proper
I
one here.
I think Mario Kart World might be like around this kind of point.
Oh, really? I was gonna say Kirby Air Riders around this point, so it
Let's
might be
double
one
down on the
of them
rewards.
racers.
We got to get those
Yeah.
kart racers in there. All right. So we got Air Ride and Mario Kart World. At number 8, well, you had the racing aspect
It's
right,
Sonic Cross Worlds. I'm gonna
but
laugh.
it's not quite the racing you think of. We're going cycling, everyone. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Oh,
That was
okay.
I wouldn't have guessed that in 100 years from your hint.
I was like, well, they have the motorcycle, so we can put
Yeah.
Samus into Mario Kart now. she has
Sure,
she has
sure.
the viola.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know it's a
Yeah.
wild swing. I'm sorry. Not every time that I can't have all bangers. I'm sorry.
This is a good game, a fun video game. I think upon reflection, I don't reflect that much though.
Mm.
I haven't thought about Prime 4 that much in the last month. I enjoyed my time with it. It's a beautiful game. Some wonderful areas. The ice area was just such a cool, like abandoned facility that comes to life. That was really awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that there's cool moments, but it's not an all timer. I think that's kind of where this game lands with me.
Yeah, both
I
in oh
Okay,
sorry.
Daniel.
Both in the Volt Forge and in the Ice Belt, like those moments where you turn the facility on, they're like very powerful moments where like the music kicks in and then just like
Yeah.
just so much happening at the same time, and you feel like that sense of discovery and adventure that I had when I played the original Metroid Prime. Like that's were the moments where I felt the most nostalgic for playing the first one in particular. I didn't really have that kind of feeling with 2 and 3 as much, but playing 4, there was just a total like sense of like, wow, I'm actually playing a Metroid Prime game in which I don't know what to do anymore. Like I don't remember feeling this for over a decade now. But yeah, there's a whole discussion Brandon and I had with Roger on this game. If you want to know some of our more deeper thoughts, um, essentially summarize really quickly. Uh, Soul Valley is kind of just there in
Yeah.
some cases.
Yeah.
Uh, Development discussions on that, where like the Retro Studios and Nintendo was talking about it, was pretty much just like leftovers of what the original concept was, and they just kind of stuck with it throughout the entirety of the, or else they would have had to like restart it all over again with new concepts and design. So yeah, you could really see the whole like open world kind of aspects kind of just lingering from, you know, how popular it was with games like Breath of the Wild, and just kind of, you know, it stuck on the games like these and became part of its whole identity, core identity and formula.
Mhm.
I think
You can
everybody has the
definitely.
same general sense that Metroid Prime 5 is gonna be much better.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You can feel there's disjointed ideas in here and things that probably weren't Retro's ideas. Like, one of the strangest things is you have to go back to the beginning area to upgrade your weapons all the time. Like, you get like a chip and you take
Yeah.
it back to the first area, which isn't like in an easily accessible hub. It's really like out of the way. And you've got to go through rooms which have nothing really going on each time. It's odd. And yeah, you can feel that there's things in here which probably wouldn't have been done if it was all done from scratch.
For sure. Yeah, it's one of those where I came out of it like, this is a 8 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
This is
Mhm.
I enjoyed my time with it because I only just beat it, like, the 3 or 4 days ago. Um, and I enjoyed it. I agree with everybody. Ice Belt is probably the best area in the game. The storytelling in that, the way you go in and come out is just a great little mini movie almost, as in terms of what you have to do. But the others don't stick out to me in the same way. Like Volt Forge, kinda,
Mm.
but um, the lava area, what is it? Flame pool. Um, nothing really sticks
Mm.
about that to me. And the mining area, they're trying to have a set piece, but it's so trope filled that it's just nothing stuck with me
It's
with that
trope
one.
filled and also a bit cowardly. Like they don't follow through
Yeah.
with what they seem to be doing, and then it doesn't really hit how it should hit.
Yeah. I yeah, it's just thinking of something else. But I think that also suffers because the exploration just isn't where it should be. Like
Yeah.
it feels like there's only like a few out of the way places to go to. I never felt lost.
No.
Like, where should I go? Like, where I'm in this hub, where do I need to go? And I don't know. I think that's what sort of held it back me. But then you have some pretty good bosses. I thought the final boss was actually a lot of fun, which surprises me because I've never cared about Silex, and I still don't care about Silex after all
Yeah.
that. But his boss fight was cool.
But you can
Uh,
scan his amiibo and get cool Silex quotes like, "Oh, I'm not fond of the Galactic Federation." That's his iconic one.
yeah, it's an odd thing where it's good, not great. And I
Yeah, I
think
think
that's where
that's
I
kind
come
of
out
it.
in the end of it. But
There's a lot of
it's
hyperbole
pretty though. It is
revolving this
pretty.
game. Like, if you went online and looked at all the impressions, you'll think this is an awful game, and that's not true.
No, it's not. It's not a
It's
bad
not.
game at all.
Yeah.
I'd
Initial.
compare it to. I'd say it kind of works how people sort of view Fusion a little bit.
Mm.
where it's a bit more on guided rails, a bit more story heavy. So you lose a little bit of the exploration, but I think exploration and fusion's a little bit better. So maybe a better it feels damning to say this, but maybe gameplay wise, Other M, where Other M is very linear.
There's a middle ground between the two. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in between there.
This game definitely got marred by the initial previews as well, where people were just freaking out that, oh no,
yeah.
this doesn't feel like Metroid at all. When I don't think the Galactic Federation troopers did anything wrong. I will continue
they're
to
all
say
fine.
that.
I
not even really in the
genuinely
game
like
that
them
much.
as characters, but they're also
Yeah.
Nothing beyond their base things.
Yeah.
I enjoyed their moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some you spend more time with them in certain areas than those, like with the mines. I enjoyed just kind of exploring there and seeing what kind of narrative they were trying to flow with that one. But no, I overall, like, I love Metroid Prime as a whole entire series as it is, and this one kind of sits above the probably above like at least 3 for me. So it's not something that I would immediately go be singing its praises for, like, this is the greatest game I ever played, Metroid Prime first person shooter. No, it's a fine game. I enjoyed it a lot for what it was, and I'm just a little biased towards the Prime series being how I was introduced to Metroid in the first place. But
That's fair.
overall, I think it's a really competent entry into the series altogether.
Yeah.
We have a team, we can build from there, and that's it's the
Exactly.
potential. That's
It's not going to take 8 years this time.
exactly. Only 5.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to our number 7 best game of 2025, beating out Metroid Prime 4 by 171 points.
I'm not going to say Mario Kart again, so I'll go with the one we didn't say, being Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
I was going to say Sonic Racing
it.
Cross Worlds. Give it to me.
Are we going to double down on Sonic,
dude?
Are you doubling down on Sonic?
We're doubling down on Sonic.
All right. At number 7, Pokemon Legends ZA.
Pokemon Legends ZA.
Never double down on Sonic.
No, never double down on Sonic.
Legends ZA was another interesting discussion to be had around that game. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of these first party Nintendo titles had a lot of strange discussions around them that were just kind of, you pass right by them, or they're still lingering today. And Pokemon's always going to be a strange one because it's the most like indie focus made game that from a AAA studio. I don't know. They have like a indie mindset when they make this game from a AAA studio like Game Freak and the Pokemon Company. I don't know. It's hard to describe how I enjoy this game, but also have its criticisms for it as well. Because, like, as with any Pokemon game, there's always these growing pains of the features, like the exploration. The main thing being that you're just in one city the entire time, and that just they managed to make a game from it, but it kind of does get stale the more and more you go along it.
Mm-hmm. I've played like every Pokemon mainline game ever, and this one I just wasn't in the mood for, so I've not even played it yet. I plan to at some point, but yeah, my wallet's not yearned for ZA yet.
That's where I'm at, John. I mean, I understand people enjoy the game. There's stuff to like. I know there's also a lot of criticisms, like Daniel said, but there's not a call to me. Like Pokemon Legends Arceus felt like I need to try that. That looks so different. And ZA being limited to Lumiose, it just felt like, I don't know, so limiting compared to everything else. But apparently there's some great characters in there. Some interesting follow-up to X and Y. But Pokemon always excels at characters. Like you get a new Pokemon game, you will have characters that you just attach to. That's just always the case. But I just, it didn't call to me in the same way where I needed to pick it up right off the bat. And I don't consider that a failure on the game's part. I might just be a little Pokemon out, but I also haven't finished Scarlet and Violet yet. So I might just be in my off time for Pokemon at the moment as I try to find myself back onto the series.
Oh man. So I'm the one that played this game all the way through, and it's DLC. DLC got a bit grindy by the end, but you do get more of those characters that you love and enjoy, as you mentioned. For me, it's Corbeau is the best one. He's like essentially the Mafia boss leader of Lumio City. It's like Pokemon friendly Yakuza, essentially. Who's just trying to he wants to clean up the city, but actually he wants to clean up, make the city look nicer and take care of the people that are in it because he loves Lumio City. But he has like that rough exterior mob boss that you would see in something like that with his large right hand man Philippe. Those are great characters, and throughout the game, yeah, it there's that part of the game where I mean, this isn't a spoiler, but like you leap through half of the rankings halfway through the game, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
what was the point of the
Oh,
whole
they
Legends
pulled
EA?
a
Yeah.
No More Heroes 2.
Just do
Yeah,
fewer rankings if you're going to skip them.
they wanted you to get to that like the last half dozen or so because that's where it feels like each rank is like its own separated story where you see all these characters and you get to know them better.
Hmm.
It's still padded out with a lot of like you have to fight these rogue mega evolutions, which are really great, by the way. Some great designs for mega evolutions in this game, especially when you count in the DLC ones as well. But yeah, overall, it's a Legends game, and I just felt like I was still gonna enjoy it. I think because I really enjoyed Legends Arceus, but having gone from the wide expanse of Hisui and going into just one contained city where just there's these little areas that are like condensed biomes, but it still wasn't really the same for me. And at this point, I'm just kind of I'm citied out now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah. Well, let's go ahead and just move on to number 6 then, because since John and I don't really have a lot to add to that. Uh, let's see what beat out Pokemon Legends ZA at number 6 by only 69 points.
Damn.
Rather
Are we
close.
ditching our kart races now, Daniel? Or are we going to keep circling around?
We'll do donuts back around to that later. I don't know. I kind of want to put in Silk Song here.
Okay. I was thinking Hades too, but we're not gonna do another little circle of similar games or adjacent games. We'll see if the people are cool or not. Let's put Dragon Quest 1+2 HD 2D here.
All right. At number 6, John, you played yourself. It's Hades 2.
Damn it.
Talked yourself out of it.
You talked yourself
No.
out of it.
You should
have
never
that-
try and find patterns; they don't exist.
Nope, no
Hades
patterns
2
exist.
is so cool though. Like the first Hades, I think we've discussed this a lot through the top 10s that we've been doing for every console. But the first Hades for a lot of the GVG crew is like the exception to roguelikes, where like we have a couple that we've liked, but this is one where we've all just been obsessed by. And Hades 2 just does it again. Like the visuals are absolutely beautiful. It's amazing playing this at 120 hertz as well. Character designs are as cool as ever. Some wonderful, wonderful story in there, and it reinvents that loop again. It's quite similar. Just the amount of new ways it adds though just makes it feel fresh. And I had such a good time playing this.
I have not had a chance to start playing Hades 2 yet because I got so bogged down by Silk Song. My promise to
Sure.
myself was
Mhm.
I'm going to beat Silk Song, and then I'll start Hades 2. But then Metroid Prime 4 came out, so I took a break from Silk Song because it was, well, I'll get into it another time, just as like that's a shock. And so I haven't gotten to it yet, but everything I've seen of the artwork, everything I've heard, the general consensus I've heard is gameplay better, story not quite as good, but still entertaining.
I think the characters are still written really, really well. There's some great ones in there. But yeah, the general hook probably isn't as strong as Hades 1.
Yeah, this was that era where there was just so many games coming out that I didn't really have a chance to get to all the ones that I wanted to in 2025. So that's one on the list for me as well.
Makes sense. I mean, this came out like, what, a month after Silk Song? Maybe even a few weeks after. I waited for the physical version, which is one of the few games that's on a game card as well. It's one of the cheapest game cards. So that was quite. I wanted to kind of reward that, and I'm happy I waited a bit because I got through a few games in that time, and then give Hades like the spotlight it deserved. And yeah, it's just wonderful.
Yeah, I did the same thing as far as waiting for the physical version because I wanted to give myself that extra time for Silk Song. And I'm going to be playing it soon. It's now that I finished up Metroid Prime 4, that is the next game on my docket. So I'm looking forward to checking it out because I adored the first one. Can't wait to see what this one's all about because it's just there's something so satisfying about the gameplay. So I'm really excited to see what Melanoe is all about and how her combat works and what they change up, what's similar, all that sort of stuff. So should be a fun time.
Yeah, Dat Alpha Line says, let's see, would you want to see him do something else after Hades, like another Hades game, or would you prefer that the studio Supergiant does a new IP? And I think absolutely new IP.
It's time for a new IP.
Yeah.
I think they realize they probably can't do a Hades 3 in the same way. It's time for another new one, but where they go from there here should be interesting. People are going to be paying attention. But I mean, ever since Bastion, Supergiant has gotten attention. I remember doesn't matter what their game was. Supergiant was at PAX. They had one of the longest lines.
Bastion, Transistor. I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, I think a Transistor was the line for Transistor was super long, which I've never actually played, so I need to check that out at some point. But yeah, Hades 2 at number 6. So it's time for us to get to the top 5. And at number 5, it beat out Hades 2 by 399 points.
What did your gut say, Daniel?
I was a fool to say Kirby Air Riders earlier because I think Mario Kart World should come before that in the top list. So I'm going to say Mario Kart World for this one myself.
We still got an awful lot of games.
There's a lot of games out there. There's a lot of games that come out in 2025. So
yeah,
there's
the latter half packed.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume stuff like Shinobi probably hasn't made it. I think that would be cool at this kind of spot, but I don't think so. I will say, I guess really, really difficult. I will say Sonic again. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
All right. At number 5, you guys really got to stop talking yourselves out of these your picks because at number 5, Kirby Air Riders.
God damn it!
Well,
we need to be like studying his expressions more, Daniel. We've got to be looking for little I don't know, little twitches in the eye or something.
This deserves to be higher than Mario Kart World, though, if it is on the list. Kirby Air Riders is it is the most GameCube game I've ever played in a long time. Sakurai really just committed to the bit, essentially. He said, I'm going to make a sequel to Kirby Air Ride, and you're going to know that this is a sequel to Kirby Air Ride. It's going to look polished. It's going to look amazing. It's going to run flawlessly on the Switch, too, whether you're just by yourself or online. And yeah, that's the thing. It has online. That was the thing that most people always wanted and begged for. A game like Kirby Air Ride has online capabilities, and there's up to 16 players. It's crazy. Essentially, it's a complete game. It's almost done, completely done. The team is essentially just going back and doing little touch-ups here and there. But once that's over, they're just gonna move on to the next thing. This is essentially what the game is now. So yeah, I don't know. There's so much I can say about this one little game that is just of such a sensory overload. It was so funny to see people just get completely shocked by it from the demo for City Trial when they were doing a stress test. But yeah, I love this game. I spent many hours in it already.
I had a really good time with it too. Probably not quite the same level as Daniel, but I really appreciated it coming from someone who I never felt that deeply about the first Kirby Air Ride. Like I played it a few times with friends and I had a good time playing City Trial, but that was kind of the end of it. Air Riders, I think online helped a lot, especially with big groups of people. And I also think it has very few comparisons to Mario Kart World. Like they often get jammed together as because they're both racing games, but they
so
are
different.
so different. At some points, Air Riders isn't even really a racing game, especially when you're in a City Trial. That just becomes an action game at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've not picked it up myself because I played the demo. I was never sure about is Air Riders for me, and I played the test fire demo thing, and I had fun with it, but I was also felt like I was struggling the entire time. I barely have control of what's happening on screen right now. And that wasn't exactly the most appealing feeling for me. But my son Ryan, he loved that demo and he got Air Riders for Christmas. And ever since he got Air Riders, he's been playing it nonstop. Really just clicking with it, unlocking everything. Loves City Trial, going through everything. It is just Like he absolutely prefers it to Mario Kart World, and he never played the original. This one just
Mm.
clicked with him, and he loves seeing all of it. And yeah, that's cool to see. I like when you can see different generations click onto something.
It's one of those games
Yeah.
that clearly isn't for everyone, and that's
Mhm.
fine. But even those who it isn't for, I think they generally appreciate what it does.
Oh yeah,
I've seen very few say this is a bad game. Even if they're not really having fun with the overload, they're like, this is clearly polished. There's clearly everything put into this. And from this Sakurai presentation, like you could tell he was just putting like everything he wanted to do all those years into this, and just kind of making the definitive air ride, and probably the last time he'll ever touch this idea. And he did a lot of justice to it.
Yeah, there was a lot of love put into this game in general. There's so much, it's just so much in this game. Like it's so cram packed with everything. You can make custom machines. You can have so many characters to choose from with new air machines. You can have a single player. There's a single player mode like that. It goes way harder than it has any right to by the very end, and I thought that was incredible. Just a very Sakurai thing to do. But no, it was great to see his influence on another game from his team, making something that just has a lot of, it looks like Smash Brothers in in a lot of places as well,
Yeah.
humorously so. But no,
I
it
think it's
was it's just,
impressive to have a game like this that can easily be franchised, but also have the feeling that no, we're good. This really does everything that you could ever want from an Air Riders game.
Yeah, we
yeah,
need more.
it's
We need more of that in the industry. Just like one and done's. Just like, okay, this is all we have. Put it
Mhm.
out there rather than saving stuff for another game.
there's a specific idea for a specific audience, and it's just fun. It doesn't need to be something that everybody everywhere is playing at all times. It can just be for that little audience that really appreciates it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive in its own way. So yeah, I appreciate it. Don't know if how much like maybe I'll borrow it from Ryan and see what I think, but for right now, I'm satisfied with where I'm at. So yep. All right. Let's move on to number 4, beating out Air Riders by 160 points ish.
Oof. Okay.
Mm, oh man, I don't know.
We're getting to the top, the tippity top. Only 4 games. What could they be?
This
There's
will
only so
probably
much
be.
room for Welcome Tour now.
Yeah, it's true. And Dragon Drive can't. It's probably it might not even be on the list at this point. This might be higher. But I'm going to say Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Bonanza. Oh geez. What do I even what do I even put on here? Uh uh I'm thinking,
Silk Song's still possible at this
yeah,
point.
I was thinking Silk Song at this point. I'll probably just go Silk Song. John and I keep reading each other's minds for these ones.
Apparently, that way that the headband just gives you a psychic connection to John. That's it.
I think so. It's the headphones and the headband.
Yeah, there you go.
Direct communication.
At number 4, the headband works. Hollow Knight Silk Song.
There we
There's
go,
Silk
there we
Song.
go.
Yeah. We return after many years to a game that is packed with another game that is packed with so much in it. I can't believe how long and like enriched this world is with content, with characters, with just things to do. By the time you get to Act 3, you're like, there's an Act 3?
Mhm.
There's more?
Yeah, it's the kind of game that just doesn't usually exist like at
Mhm.
this volume. They clearly put all of that development time into the quantity of this, and it's kind of like a Kirby Air Riders where they just put their whole soul into it. I think they're probably done after this point because I
Yeah,
just can't see how much more they can keep packing into Hollow Knight. Um, it's it's multiple games in one, and they're somehow doing DLC as well, which
Yeah.
is nuts.
yeah. That's the part that I'm like, how do they still have more?
Yeah.
That's insane.
This was supposed to be the DLC back then.
Exactly. Exactly. I really like Silk Song. It's a lot of fun. I don't know how I feel about Act 3. I think Act 3 is such a wall at the point I'm at where I'd have to hunt down those certain bosses. And
Mhm.
every single one of them, I fought two of them, but two of the three have been such frustrations for me that it actively stalled my playthrough and made me wonder, should I just stop?
What
Mm.
And
what
that's rough.
was one of them the dancer?
One of them is the dancer is the one I'm currently working on,
That
which I'm
one
being told is the hardest.
that one
But
got me for a while, yeah.
but the first one I attempted was the one that I have to fight through wave after wave after wave
Gauntlet.
of guys, and I'm just like, come on. And
Yeah,
that's
I'm.
one thing this game really struggles with. I am
Yeah,
sick of the waves of enemies rooms that they
I was gonna
just
say
throw at
I'm
you.
not fond of the waves in general, and it's the thing I don't like in a lot of games. Like this is a different thing, but I don't like bosses that spawn little guys as well. Like just
Yeah.
the boss comes down, it's like here's a bunch of little guys to take care of. Outside of some like turn-based RPGs, I don't like that as a rule.
No, that can definitely get frustrating. And like for the most part, it felt satisfying getting over a lot of these humps. Like again, I think Act 1 and Act 2 are perfectly paced, perfectly balanced difficulty wise. Act 3 is like, nah, gloves are off. We're gonna just gotta beat the hell out of you now. And it's just like,
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of those things where I could go around and try to explore and see what I didn't find, but also I feel like I found so much that it's like I think I'm kind of at the best I'm at right now.
Mhm.
So I could go challenge a third guy and make that trek again, but it's I don't know. I think I'm going to give it one last chance before
yeah.
I switch over to Hades 2
Well,
and
you've
just to
still
see if I
got
can
a
make
lot of
progress.
game out of that
Yeah.
runtime, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I still got 40 hours or so out of
Yeah,
Silksong. And it's fantastic. But I think it got to a point where it's just like, oh my God.
The game certainly equips you to handle all these bosses because it's just such a natural evolution from Hollow Knight, which is a lot more like slower paced. Like it's more methodical, I think, with that one. Whereas with Silksong, Hornet is so athletic and agile. There's so many options you have in utility to your kit that sometimes it's a bit overwhelming to be able to manage all that in a battle that's so like you need so much precision. Like we mentioned, the boss that we were stuck in, Derrick, with the dancer, that was is very demanding in some cases. But I don't know. Yeah, the world itself is lovely to explore through. The music is amazing. When you get to the Citadel, that's a crazy, like amazing moments that I feel like was the highlight of that game. Exploring that Citadel with the music and everything. But no, it's a lot. It's very hard. If you haven't played the original Hollow Knight, you will get very much bullied and beat up and slapped around in this game.
yeah.
Hmm.
And you should play the original. I feel like the idea of it originally being an expansion kind of persists. Like it's more
Mhm.
Hollow Knight rather than a ground up Hollow Knight. Like I feel like it expects you to have some experience from the original.
Yeah.
Very much so. Like, I was actually very surprised because she doesn't typically gravitate towards these types of games, but our daughter Sydney, she saw Ryan playing Hollow Knight because he got really into it. He actually beat Hollow Knight Silk Song, so I'm impressed with it. Like he beat Act 3, did all. Like I was like, holy crap! But Sydney saw him doing this and she loves the design of Hornet. So she wanted to play, but she's starting with Hollow Knight, which because we told her it's like this is the easier one. So and she's struggling against Hornet, but this is the first time she's played any game like this before. So again,
Wow.
it's interesting this year to see what games the kids are sort of gravitating towards.
It's probably
Yeah.
most people's first like Metroid game because
Yeah,
it's sold more than any
Definitely.
Metroid sold.
yeah, I did, which is kind of sad. It feels bad for Metroid. Like really, Metroid struggled that much, but well, good for you, Hollow Knight.
It just got that reach on multiple platforms and Metroid doesn't as
That's
well.
true. That's true. But yeah, fantastic game. But whew, it can be a little rough at points.
I'm still a little worn down from it, to be honest.
Mhm. Well, let's get to our top 3 games. And starting with our number 3 best game of 2025, according to all of you, beating out Silksong by 156 points.
So only 3 spaces
Okay.
left.
Only
Should
3
I say
spaces
welcome
left.
to and you say Dragon Drive?
Of course. And then the last one is I don't know. Thinking about it, what what 3 could we see here at the end? I'm thinking, I mean, Mario Kart's probably up here somewhere.
I,
We haven't mentioned
Expedition 33 and Donkey Kong
Donkey
Bonanza,
Kong
they're
Bonanza.
locked in. So what's the
So
third game?
is it those? Is the third one not going to be Mario Kart? If it doesn't appear at all and Kirby Air Ride does beat it, that's the best outcome for me.
There's also Blueprints though, which is all, like the other really huge indie of the year.
That's in the top 50, no doubt.
Yeah, maybe it's Mario Kart then. Well,
Yeah, I think.
let's
Well,
let's make a little spread, a little table of food. Do you want to say Mario Kart and I'll go Blueprints?
oh, well, if you're still committing to Blueprints, I admire it. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll give him a little shout out.
All right. At number 3, Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
We still don't know, Daniel.
It might not be here.
It's really funny watching the reaction to this post Game Awards, because pre Game Awards, everyone was like enamored by Expedition 33.
Yeah.
And then started winning everything, and suddenly, I hate this game. I think it's absolutely wonderful.
It's brilliant.
It's not like that innovative, because it's basically Mario RPG with like a little bit of Dark Souls and a grounded Japanese form of storytelling done by the French. And it's not things we haven't seen before, but merged all together is just really lovely to see. And the combat is just spectacular. It's difficult too. So it's a lot of turn-based RPGs. You have to think about it, but it's not demandingly difficult. Whereas this one, you have to react with much stronger timings than something like Mario RPG. And when you learn to listen to the audio as well, you get a huge appreciation for the sound design, because that really helps you with those counters and those dodges. And just feels amazing when you finally clear a fight that's been kicking your ass for a while. And yeah, there's very little like it. It's nice and brief as well. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Some of the best acting that video games has ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Spectacular game.
Yeah, there's so much to be said with this game. I there's a lot of discussion about other stuff too with this game, but I think the main thing about it is that yeah, it's accomplished so much for being a smaller studio than what we're used to seeing accomplished at this kind of scale. And yeah, the setting, I love the artistic setting of it all. Like, going into it, I had no idea it was going to be so painterly and artistically themed all the way around. I guess the name kind of gives it away in some form, but no, it's so much more than I ever would have expected it to be. The characters are great, as you mentioned. They're acted so believably well and lifelike. The game has SKA, who's a great character.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of there's some truly hilarious exchanges between some of the characters. Like, it does a great job of keeping things lighthearted despite some of the heavy themes at other points. And yeah, I think the environments are a real star of this all. And it's such a shame, because you mentioned a little bit, and we'll dive into it just a little bit here just to finally address. It got tainted by the use of generative AI.
Yeah.
And I think the big mistake was them not addressing it for such a long time, because it just built up bigger and bigger in the head. It's like, what is it? How much was hidden? What is all about this? What's happening? What's all that? And they finally came out and said, it's like, some of our guys were curious. They gave it a test. They didn't like it. They removed it, but they forgot to miss this one part, which we patched out later. It's such a simple explanation, and there's no reason to keep it hidden for that long when it's something like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, okay, if it's early on, like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I kind of get it.
It was discovered in the launch week, because there was one texture of like a newspaper which was left from the Unreal Engine like asset store. So it's not something they made, but it's generative AI, and that was replaced in like under a week, which feels really quick to address something like that. So I do kind of believe that it was a placeholder, because that's really quick to.
The time frame matches up where they would be kind of like, oh, let's check out this new toy.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. So I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, and then judge them based on if they decide to use it again for the next game. If they do it then like, no, all bets are off. But just to address that a bit, because it does unfortunately create a bit of a taint for the game, but that I think is mostly undeserved, because I think the rest of it, like everything, else that is not even connected. Like the environment's so freaking imaginative, the acting brilliant, the story, a lot of just really investing. Like it keeps you hooked the entire time, where you just want to see what's going to happen next. And yeah, maybe not the most innovative, but it's just something addictive and fun, especially with how the use of pictos and the lumina, so you can just create these incredibly busted builds. The
They're
one
just
thing,
badges from
yeah,
Super Mario.
yeah,
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
they
again,
pretty much.
it's
I
not like
guess
a
they,
brand new
yeah,
thing.
they really
Yeah.
are. The
I
one,
actually I overlooked that mechanic for a while because I changed my pictos like throughout the game. I didn't realize you could have more than 3 on a character though. Like the mechanic of being able to like master one and then equip like a whole laundry list of them. I didn't even know.
oh
So I was
no,
like, I was at the end of the game, you get one picto which really benefits you. I was like, I wish everyone could have this. It's like, wait, they can. This entire game I've just not been using a pretty core mechanic.
oh
But
no,
it didn't like make things unplayable though. I still had a really good
right.
time taking down these. I made it harder for myself, but I still had a great time with it.
You don't need any badges when you just counter everything instead.
Yeah,
Exactly,
that's
exactly.
all. That's all it takes. Honestly, I think the biggest fault I'd have with it is that um, the end game's a little borked, where you naturally want to go explore everything before going to the final battle.
Mhm.
Don't do that. You want to go
Yeah.
to that final battle immediately, because you will just destroy everything if you do any kind of side questing before that end. Which is unfortunate, that it's balanced in that way, because
Mhm.
I did do questing before that, and I know I missed a lot of dialogue during that final fight, which I wish I could have experienced, because
Yeah,
I
I went straight for the
demolished
final
them.
boss and then did post game after, so I didn't get that experience. But it would have been nice if they scaled it or something for those like you who waited around. But yeah, I'd say don't let the like obviously when it comes to generative AI and all of that, make up your own mind and do your homework about what's actually in there as well.
Mhm.
But don't let the negativity drown you down, because I think it's something that we see all the time. Whereas if something gets popular, it gets hated, and
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
all the criticisms
Every single
are
time.
yeah not all the criticisms are grounded in reality either.
No.
It's
Uh,
unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the generative AI was used as a weapon against it after all this hate started to come through. After it was winning all these awards, and people are like, "Oh, it's an overhyped game and uses AI," but it doesn't take
mhm.
away like all the heart that went into a game like this and how
Yeah.
well it was received. And just yeah, it's just one of the best games that have come out in a very long time in 2025.
I think some of the pushback was also because it was winning everything with such a strong year of so many great games. It felt like those games were being overlooked.
Yeah.
Like you had
But
other favorites
unfortunately,
that you wanted to
when it
see.
comes to music, when it comes to art direction, when it comes to a lot of these categories, I can't like not give it the nod though, 'cause it's
Right. It is
uh,
just that
It's
good. Like it
good.
ticks all those
yeah,
boxes.
it's got like visual compromises. It's not like a
Mm.
technical masterpiece. Like the hair
No.
looks a bit weird. Sometimes there's some jump cuts with textures on camera jumps. But I'm not talking about that when I talk about art. I'm talking about the actual artistic vision, the beautiful backgrounds, the character designs, the everything. It's just nothing else this year really came close on an artistic merit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. So um people are going to be paying attention to this team from now on, though. And the one thing I can appreciate from it, though, that again, just to have a personal take on that, is I had a friend who doesn't play a lot of RPGs. He's just not that into it, especially JRPGs is not his thing. But he really clicked with Expedition 33.
Mhm.
Loved playing it. Beat it before I did. Like he just flew through it. And um, he checks out our stuff and heard us talking about Dragon Quest 7. He checked out the demo for Dragon Quest 7, and never much of a Dragon Quest guy, did not click with 11, clicked with that demo. So all of a sudden, like, huh, I wonder if Claire Obscure has unlocked his JRPG phase.
Yeah, it's a
But now you
gateway
can,
RPG.
Sometimes you need
exactly.
those kind of games. There's a bunch of them that we talked about here today, from like Hollow Knights to Hades to Clair Obscur. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of games that can just be that bridge to lead you to others in that genre. You just have to be just the one that kind of clicked with you.
Yeah. I think that's the important thing. So if it becomes that gateway so people will check out more RPGs and other RPGs, all the better. All right. time for the top 2. And number 2 beat out Claire Obscure by 250-ish points.
If this one's Donkey Kong
Well,
Bonanza, I legit have no idea what number 1 is.
I mean, it's possible that both of these have a big old monkey in it. It's I can't imagine what would be for this audience, what would top Donkey Kong Bonanza?
Dude,
Um,
I've grown to really adore Mario Kart World, but I don't feel like everybody does. Like when you just look at the temperature online, people feel like they
mhm.
hate that game. I don't know if it's made it this far, but I don't know.
I still think that it might have gone this far for number 2. If not, then I have no idea. It's somewhere
It's,
in
it's,
there,
it's gonna be that
but
hedgehog, isn't it? It's gonna be that hedgehog racing along.
that blasted hedgehog, it might be.
All right, I think we're saying Donkey Kong and Mario Kart then.
Okay, so
Mhm.
you're saying Donkey Kong, John, and Daniel's saying Mario Kart.
Sure.
I'll say Mario Kart.
Okay, at number 2, Daniel gets it once again with Mario Kart World.
Okay, all right. So I'm happier. I'm happier that it wasn't DK because now we at least know.
I'm actually surprised. I was shocked when I was counting up the numbers and saw that Mario Kart World got number 2 because, as you said, John, the general consensus about it is generally kind of negative. Like people
Yeah,
just generally don't like. But I think what it is, a lot of these games, especially if you look, with our audience, we do have a Nintendo leaning audience. Every one of these games, except for Clear Obscure, is on the Switch console. Was on a Switch console,
true. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
that's where the commonality comes into it. And I get it. That's just you only have so much time to play. You've picked and honestly, if you picked up a Switch 2, you probably got the bundles. You had Mario Kart World, so it's a game you played this year, and you don't need to beat it. You just need to play it enough so you can put
Yeah,
it
that's
on a
true.
list. So I think when you look at those factors, it makes sense that it's just a game a lot of people played this year,
Hmm. Yeah, that's true.
and I think it's generally good. Not my favorite Mario Kart, but it's good.
I think it's more than good the more I've played it. So when it came out, I thought it was fine. I
Mm,
engaged with the open world a little bit, and I thought the new courses were good. But I think the more you play and the more you engage with the parkour mechanics, just the more you can master and the more fun it is. It's become one of those just like evening games where I just do maybe a couple of rounds of Knockout Tour. And I didn't originally care for the open world. I thought it was just kind of there. My daughter played it a lot more than I had, so I experienced a lot of it through her eyes. But then I decided I wanted to do all the P-switches, and I loved it. I loved just exploring around, looking for those little blue light-up boxes, and it just felt like a huge Mario Kart DS mission mode. And while the open world may not have like a whole lot to do there, the way that it just sort of stitches everything together is really impressive. Like there's very few games that manage to do that. Even something like Forza Horizons, which is like an open world racer, I don't think like the tracks feel necessarily deliberately made in a way that they could be taken out of that open world. Whereas these ones can. You can take these tracks out of the open world and they're just standard Mario tracks. It just seamlessly puts that all together in a really impressive way. But it's those parkour mechanics that makes it interesting though. And it's whether you engage with those or not that I think tips this up to being good or great.
mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely the most impressive part, seeing how they found the right tracks to bring back and also create completely new ones that all cohesively fit in one massive world that you can just literally do a road trip in, go all the way around the world and globetrot and just visit one place to another, from the snowy areas to the beachy areas to Bowser lava areas. It all just is one giant world, and I think that's the greatest thing that this game was able to accomplish, in all the time that they took making it. But then we have like I guess you compare it to other games. I don't want to compare it too much to Kirby Air Riders, but when you look at how much there is to do, there's like Grand Prix, there's Knockout Tour, which is the best mode that they have had in a Mario Kart game in a very long time. There's obviously like battle modes and everything, but there's not too much outside of that. Like there's not too much extra stuff to do unless you are exploring the open world, getting all the P switches, finding all of the peach coins and everything. I guess I found myself running out of things to do a lot sooner than I would have anticipated.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's there's some strange compromises from Mario Kart 8. Like they only introduced the item toggles in an update, which was already in Mario Kart 8. But I think battle modes are the strangest downgrade because
Yeah.
we're back to just
Yeah.
coin and balloon again. That's like Mario Kart 7 rules. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe particularly had some of the coolest battle modes, and going through this big open world and only having like 8 of them, it feels crazy. Like there's so many more areas there you can turn into a battle arena, and I want to be playing all those different modes. I want Renegade Roundup back. I've seen people say like it's not coming back because Piranha Plant's playable. I don't care. I don't care. Put another
Doesn't
Piranha
matter.
Plant in front of Piranha
There's
Plant.
multiple piranha plants in every Mario
Yeah.
game. Like you can see them next to each other. That does not mean a thing.
Where's my
um,
shine thief, man?
Yeah,
That's the best
where's
yeah,
one for
Shine
me.
Thief?
yeah. It's one of those things where it just feels like it's. I think that a lot of the pushback as well is that people expected more from the game that Nintendo decided should be $80. And I think
Mm,
that definitely caused some disconnect there. And when you look at it that way, yeah, it definitely you wish there would be more to it. The battle modes that were missing, maybe a few more tracks, or maybe more stuff to do beyond the panels in the open world. But putting that aside, it is fun on its own terms. I like that costumes were brought over from Mario Kart Tour. I thought that was one of the best parts. To have that in there is really great. Not sure how about the organization of it all, where they decide to make each of those an individual slot, but whatever.
mm.
Yeah,
Drives me
Nintendo's
crazy.
good at Nintendo sometimes. Um, I think there's a good game here, but I'm also we talked about this throughout our other top tens, John, where Mario Kart is never going to be my favorite game on a system. It's just going to be a
No.
fun game I return to, and that's what this is.
I think in Switch 2's current state, this is one of my favorite games. But in a few years' time, yeah, it's just going to be a known entity. It's something that you come back to. It's easy to play. Everyone's got it. But I think that there is a lot more energy in this one than usual, both from mechanical standpoints and also a visual standpoint. I've seen a lot of people say they still prefer 8, and that's totally fine. But I've gone back to 8 a few times, and there's more of a static feeling to that game, especially when it comes to the characters. In worlds, they're so bouncy. They've redesigned them to be rounder, like Wonder. It's just a happier feeling game.
For sure.
Yeah, the cards themselves become so much more of a character in world because they squish and bounce and move around
Yeah,
with you when you're like squishing down to do a little hop, or you're moving left and right. Any with the hops, like there's the thing where when you're off roading, the wheels get really big to show you that you're off
yeah,
roading. Just fun little visual cues like that you don't see with the carts themselves in any other game. But yeah, it's just such an interesting situation because this became a launch title for a new console with the Mario Kart game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was a little bit after the Switch One's release, and that was also just improving upon and expanding upon what already had existed previously. And like that game is vastly different from what it is now today with the booster course pass. And so
mm,
Mhm.
Mario Kart World is in no way complete at all. Like they're going to continue to expand this in the future. I'm curious what it's going to look like even by the end of this year to see like how much are they going to add to it. They haven't really added a lot yet. They've done little
no.
updates like with the item toggle as we mentioned, but there hasn't been any like major thing, not even like a costume update at this point.
There
So
was
many.
one big track update where they changed a lot of the routes, like the actual design of
Yeah,
the intermission tracks. That was a big update. But
Mhm.
yeah, we need something like more tangible than that.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come, but
Yeah,
when I don't know. But Mario Kart 8 lasted for a decade, so Mario Kart
yeah,
World has
true.
a lot
They're
of room
gonna
to grow.
they're gonna stretch this one out thin.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to our best game of 2025 according to all of you, beating out Mario Kart World by 1,831 points, roughly.
Luminous
West core.
Arise. Here it is. Is it
Uh,
Luminous or is it that monkey game?
it might be a monkey. I
Mm,
Yeah,
think that monkey was pretty popular.
yeah, he did all right.
yeah,
I think we're saying the monkey
Give,
game.
give,
I think
give
you're
me the
saying the monkey
bonanza.
game. All
Give me
right,
the bonanza.
at
Give me the
number
bonanza.
one, the 100 line. No, it's Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah,
That's another. Don't tease me like that. That should also be way up there too. Like genuinely, that should be up there. Can we talk about that? Well, it'll probably be in the top
we'll
50 if
get there. I'm
people.
sure we
Yeah,
will.
we'll get
There's
there. Yeah,
plenty of games this year which deserve to be in the top 10, but
yeah,
that's not how popularity pans out.
nope. But Donkey Kong Bonanza. I mean, again, the reason there's a big reason it's up here is this is the game everybody played. It's a big reason to own your Switch 2, and it's really damn fun.
Yeah, it is wonderful. Yeah, there's some really clever moments which I feel like only this studio does. In the way that like, you recontextualize just basic mechanics to make them just so smart. One area I'm thinking about is that area where it's like raining lava, and the way you get through it is
Mhm.
by picking up a chunk of land and using it like an umbrella to save yourself from getting rained on. So clever. Just
Mhm.
taking this basic move you've always had and turning it into a cool way to solve a puzzle. And this game's just full of moments like that.
Like the one where you just you're punching, but you're just eating your way through a burger. I thought that was really
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
like the
Yeah.
animation actually changes where you punch, and if you hold still, he is actually putting it in his mouth and eating it. So much character and expression in this design. This is like the first major game where we're seeing Donkey Kong with his new face, his new expressions and everything. Like that's a bit in world, but this is where you really get to see that expression and bouncing off of Pauline, who was also reintroduced as a new character, a teen version of Pauline that we've seen beforehand. And the way that they bounce off each other throughout the story, throughout the narrative, I thought was really wholesome, and I enjoyed seeing their relationship develop in this certain way, where it's like a big brother, little sister kind of situation.
Mm.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. The moment to moment is really great. It's very much made in a way where it's designed for you to just keep looking and keep searching. Like I love the sonar where you clap and it brings everything to you, but it also shows you what's around you and next.
Yeah,
So
you never
it's that
stop.
perfect loop. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
constant loop.
Yeah, you're
It-
punching through a tunnel. You're collecting gold. You see a fossil. You see a Banandian gem. Like it literally never stops. And then you climb up somewhere, and like, you look in the distance. You see something interesting. It's that sort of more contained Breath of the Wild feeling.
Mhm.
But instead of giving you a Korok every like 20 minutes, you're getting something all the time, like
Mhm.
constantly.
Yeah, and I remember booting it up for the first time and just that first intro area, punching through everything just immediately just it felt good. Like it just felt good to actually punch through all this rock, and it was just addictive in that way. And then you find out later it's like, oh, there was no reason to do that. I guess other than get a bunch of gold, but there's nothing to really discover outside
But
of
it's
any
just
that.
fun.
But it's just satisfying enough, especially when they give you that section that's nothing but gold, and then you really want to just break it all down. And they have some fun level concepts. A lot of them going through some of the classics that you know and love, but they find their own twist to it. The bonanza mechanic of changing DK's form is a lot of fun. Some are more broken than others
Mhm.
in terms of what you can do, but it's still just it's just one of those games that really captures a true sense of fun that anybody can really pick up. Because I've mentioned it before. I'm not going to go into it in depth in this time, but my 4-year-old played most of this game on his own outside of
Which is
bosses.
crazy.
Yeah.
He just
What the heck?
and it all comes down to the fact that you don't have objectives. Don't have like
Yeah.
do this specific thing in order to make it this part or get to this many banana gems. But then he naturally wanted to. Like he enlisted me, and I played with him a lot of the game he wanted 100% it. He wanted to get everything. So we did. We hunted every little thing. He saw a gap. He's like, Dad, we need to get that. So that's what we did together. And it was a fun time. It makes it special
Yeah.
as a game from this year to have that sort of connection with him. And he's gotten to the point now where he's actually playing the original Super Mario Odyssey, needing my help for stuff. But he actually, like, I would say, really looking at it from a kid's point of view, the Mario games are actually much more complex than Bonanza, require
they
a
are too.
lot more
Yeah.
of the player. And
Yeah.
so this is a fantastic intro 3D platformer where
Mm.
it's a sandbox they can really play around in, unlike the more mechanically dense Mario Odyssey, Mario 64, Mario Galaxy.
Yeah. To give a
Yeah.
little bit of criticism on Bonanza, I think when you've beaten everything that's in the game and you come back just to explore a little bit, I go through the list of levels and there's a few of them where I'm like, I don't want to go back there. I don't really feel like going back there. There's some really good levels in there. I love the tropical one. I love the very first one, the aquatic one, and I love the Ramby racetrack. There's a few in there that I do come to me, but there's also a bunch where I kind of struggle to like name them. I think there's kind of an inequality of what's actually really high quality and what's just kind of all right.
Yeah, I'd agree with that because I can think of in some individual levels, but I think like when you get down to like the eighth, well, maybe the ninth or so layer,
Yeah,
until you get to like the last few, I struggle to be like, what were those layers again?
yeah, yeah. It's fun in the moment, but like when you try and think about the whole package, it does become a bit of a blur sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can still remember a fair amount of them. I guess the ones where you get the bonanza powers are the ones you are meant to remember the most. Like when you become an ostrich, you're in that
Yeah.
tropical area, then you go into a hotel, which is random and out of nowhere,
That's
but
one
it
of
was
the
really
coolest
funny.
levels. Yeah,
I really enjoyed the layer with the zebras because you're punching through all the snow and then you're like in the area with all the ice cream and there's like you're pulling up chocolate chunks. The
Yeah.
sprinkles have been very satisfying. All the sound design is also really fun because every individual texture has its own sound too, whether you're punching through sprinkles or breaking gold and everything. It's just it's a very sensory kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
They've got their own HD rumble as well. It's very subtle. And it's not like a strong feeling, but if you punch the air, there's like a wavy feeling to the rumble. Whereas if you punch rock, there's a little bit of a harder one.
Or rigid.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
you probably won't feel it unless you're paying attention, but it's kind of subconsciously part of the feeling.
Denham McGean saying food theme park is crazy good. You guys are tripping. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's when the
Oh.
levels pick up again. The food theme
I'm
park
not.
is
I'm
one
not
of the best.
saying that there aren't good levels in it. Daniel mentioned a bunch of them, and that's another really good one. But there's also a few where it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I love the theme park is the one where you punch through the giant burger. Why that's the one I think of first all the time.
Yeah. That's a fun one. Trying to think of all that stuff. And obviously, finale is fantastic. We'll say that every time without saying anything about it, but it is a
Can
absolutely worthwhile finale to get to.
can Nintendo just announce something so we can talk about it more openly?
Yeah, they have not said it. I'm actually kind of impressed if they've kept it under wraps this long. So that's all right, sure. But I did not pick up the DLC though. The DLC looked like it had nothing for me, and most
That's
people
fine.
seem the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah,
So.
it's very much like what Luigi's Balloon World was, apart from
Yeah.
that was free.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
But yeah, hard to argue Bonanza being number one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good stuff.
very
So-
good one.
But yeah, there is our top 10 games of 2025 according to our audience. How are you guys feeling about that before we jump into a quick breakdown of the top 50?
I mean, some of my favorites are missing, but that's always going to be the case. It's a strong list though. So, some terrific games. And it highlights how good the year was.
I don't think John's ever had a perfect list this entire series.
No,
but
I've
that's
never said I
okay.
agree with that. Have I? I've never said yeah. That seems right.
No.
It's just like, nah, you guys got it all exactly right. So you keep disappointing John. How dare you?
I got a fair amount right, so I enjoy this list.
All right. Well, I think this list makes perfect sense for our audience.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
it completely matches up. So let's get into the rest of the games, which I'm actually kind of more excited about because this is the stuff that you guys, obviously a lot of you have played the top 10. Here's some of the stuff that you should check out that you might have missed in the past years. So let's get into that.
How far was Trails from top 10, I wonder?
Well,
Let's find out.
At number 11, missing out on the top 10 by only about 60 points, the 100 line Last Defense
Oh
Academy.
my god.
Oh man.
It
Right
really
there,
was that close to the top 10.
I did not expect that to be number 11.
That would have been a really cool number 10, though.
It really would have. I've
I-
not tried it myself, but I've started playing 13 Sentinels and I'm like blown away by its structure. I'm told the structure of 100 Line is very similar to that, which I'm
Mhm.
like, damn.
it's an insane game. It's close to Danganronpa. Obviously, the creators from Danganronpa, Eye of the Somnium Files, and the Zero Escape series, like they come together and they make a crazy tactical RPG sort of style game from this as well. It's a crazy mishmash. I'm glad you're playing 13 Sentinels. 13 Sentinels is a fantastic game, by the way.
Oh, it is.
Um,
So yeah. It's one of it's definitely one I want to check out eventually. I just have it's so much else out there, so it's like finding the time to prioritize. But yeah, I was happy for the 100 Line fans because I knew that I saw a bunch of them being like, we gotta rep our game.
Yeah.
that was in my awards, so absolutely you gotta give that one a shot if you enjoy the any of the games I mentioned already. But yeah,
Mhm.
For sure. At number 12, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
There it
Oh.
is.
there's that blue hedgehog.
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
Yes.
There he is.
I didn't really play this one, honestly.
I haven't
Not
played a
very
lot
much
of it. I have not checked it out.
I
at
have
all,
played
so.
this one. It's pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I think it's really fun. Mechanics are good. It's a lot better than Team Sonic Racing. It doesn't come to the level of Transform for me, but I know some people
Mhm.
this is their year. Like, this is the game that defined their year, and I'm happy for them.
Mhm.
But yeah, personally speaking, I think this is a good Sonic Racing game, but not like the highest possible one it could be.
Yeah, not quite the pinnacle, which it's I mean, it's hard to compare to Transformed. Like
Yeah.
even not even I'd say Mario Kart doesn't even compare to Transform. So there you go.
It definitely is risen up by the fact that it has characters like Joker, Pac-Man, and Hatsune Miku. So
Yeah.
True.
already
We
better
got Mega
than
Man coming at some point.
yeah.
So yeah. I heard it seems like it's best for multiplayer because there's not a lot of single player content in it, but
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw a lot of praise for the single player. Honestly, it's not that much of it. It's
Yeah.
very much just racing.
Yeah.
Which, but that's what you expect from a racing game, of course. But
Yeah,
it
exactly.
didn't feel like there was a huge well there.
I'll probably check it out at some point, but
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately for Sonic, it's one of those games you can wait, a couple months and get it for way cheaper. So
Yeah, kind of waiting.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Number 13, Dispatch.
I'm waiting for the Switch 2
Yeah.
version of this. I've not played
This game
Dispatch
came
yet.
out of nowhere for me. Like all of a sudden, I heard everybody talking about it. It's like, what is Dispatch? And it's like some superhero office adventure thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Was it made by
Um,
Critical Role? Is that right? Or am I making that up?
I
Is it
don't think
really?
it was made by Critical Role. I
I'm-
think it was made by
I'm
ex
figuring it out.
Telltale devs.
Dispatch
Oh,
is a
that
superhero
makes sense.
workplace comedy game co-produced by Critical Role.
Oh,
Wow.
co-produced. Okay, well there you go.
Dang.
Made by Ad Hoc Studio, founded in 2018 from veterans from Telltale, Ubisoft, and Night School Studio, but namely the Telltale alumni. So that would make sense.
Mm.
That would make sense.
What a
and this,
mash of people.
yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
So I've heard good things about it, and it's impressive that they made a superhero game so appealing to a lot of people because a lot of people are burnt out by superheroes at this point. So that they actually have that be so appealing is pretty impressive.
It's basically an FMV game, right? Like, there's not really gameplay. It's just you decide where the scenes go.
I guess, and I think there is some aspect of where you actually say where you dispatch the heroes at for certain crises.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh, there is gameplay? Okay.
so definitely one I want to check out at some point because just you hear enough word of mouth. He's like, I gotta see this.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to play it when it comes out on Switch.
Mm-hmm. Number 14, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment.
Man, I like this a lot. I thought I didn't really care that much, to be honest, because it just looked like Age of Calamity again. And the story is good, but I think the gameplay was just smoother than I expected it to be. It's one of those games you don't
Mhm.
feel like you're really in the mood for, and then you start playing it, and then you realize just how fun it is.
Mhm.
I love the Muso games that I got into starting with the Switch era. And yeah, it just feels like an expansion to Tears of the Kingdom, as it tells the prologue, essentially the what happens before everything into what happens in Zelda side essentially for Tears of the Kingdom. Um, if you want to, I try to not do every little side quest that comes up and pops up before the story, because if you do
There's a
all those,
lot of them. There's a
you're gonna
lot
get
of
burned
them.
out
Yeah.
very fast. But
Probably.
otherwise, it was a great experience.
Hmm.
I've not picked it up because I still haven't beaten Tears of the Kingdom, and I feel like I should probably beat that before I get to Age of Imprisonment.
Probably.
So, well, I'll get there eventually because I'll probably find myself curious about the what happened before.
Mhm.
So, yep. Number 15, Blueprints.
Yeah, I recommend waiting for our PowerPoints because Brandon's done a fantastic one on blueprints.
Blue, Blueprints is interesting because I was hanging out with a friend and he was just basically saying how he had a lull at work. So he brought up his game of Blueprints, and then one of the guys came and was like, "What are you playing?" And he's like, "I'm trying to figure out this puzzle." And he starts helping out. Then the guy comes in and starts like, "What do you know?" Just a whole thing until eventually the entire office was trying to figure out the puzzles of their current run of Blueprints. And
Mhm.
I, I don't know if it's for me, but the concept is really cool.
Yeah, one of the most unique games of the year. Like before this, like there's no game that plays quite like this one. And that's always cool. Like this is a year of many sequels, a lot of iterative games, and then you've just got this completely original one here.
Mhm.
Yeah, this definitely felt like one of the first games that you just heard so much talk about it. Like it just continued to have a discussion
Yeah.
into like the middle of the year. And yeah, it does some really unique things. So
Mhm.
glad to see it
I've
here.
I've heard that you can beat the basic goal in a few runs,
Yeah.
because it is a basically roguelike puzzler. But if you want to find out all the mysteries of this mansion, then you're getting into hundreds of hours of gameplay.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's when it's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, it'll just keep building and building. It's just like, oh, that's a little intimidating. At number 16, Split Fiction.
Oh
Mm,
yeah, that was this year. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I love
believe it or not.
this. I played this at launch with my wife on Switch 2. So not the original launch, but the one that came later. Really great. This studio just makes consistently fantastic games, but the relationships of these characters are wonderful. It's really funny. And it's also really good at just matching different skill levels without it feeling like anyone's being dragged behind, which is often a problem with co-op games like this.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just flows really smoothly.
I haven't checked it
I
out myself yet, but I gotta check out more from the studio.
Mm.
I don't have a someone to check it out with. So
I guess that is the
uh
problem.
that's a bit of a barrier for me. But the other games that they made beforehand are all fantastic. So I'd have no reason to doubt that this would be any less so.
Yeah,
Mhm. At 17, Trails in the Sky, first chapter.
There
there it
you
is.
are.
There
Yep,
it is.
made the top
Fantastic
20.
remake of the first game. This is mine and many other people's first introduction to the Trails series as the remake of the first title for the Legend of Heroes. So yeah, it begins with telling you the whole like beginning of all these arcs that will eventually come together with like Trails of Reverie, Trails of Full Steel. All of these come together in some way or form, but it starts here in a very like humble, very like slice of life kind of setting. It's nothing that's too crazy. Like you're not fighting gods of a world or anything. You're just trying to make your life as a bracer in this little world. And you do get to see a bigger picture as you go along. But the characters that you meet and the from the main characters to the NPCs, they make the world feel so lived in, and I love that.
Yeah, the constant updates to NPC dialogue is, I mean, it drew me in so much with the demo. It's a game I wanted to pick up, but I had other projects I needed to work on, so I wasn't able to.
Mm.
But my God, I'm looking forward to just diving in to this game whenever I am able to finally play it, because
I had the
I love
issue.
that demo.
I picked up 4 RPGs for Christmas, so this is one of them. I'll get to it eventually. Finish Dragon Quest, and I think this is probably next on the list. But You never get that many RPGs at once. It's a bad decision.
I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I got the Lunar Remastered collection as well. So
Yeah.
so there's a lot of RPGs, and we got Dragon Quest VII next month. So the RPGs are not stopping, John.
No.
I've
Uh,
yeah, I'll say more about this another time. But yeah, there's definitely a lot about this game that I as a Tales fan who's been kind of burnt out by that series, if you enjoy Tales of games and you're kind of missing something, this brings back some of that magic. So definitely give Trails in the Sky a chance. And
mhm.
the second one's already coming. The
Yeah,
sequel is
I'd
already
love to finish this before the second one came out, so I can
and
just
I'm tempted to jump into the original for the second. That's how good the ending of the first one was.
Dang, that is impressive. Well, and then you'll just have to go into the rest of the Trail series, Daniel. There it is. You're stuck
and
now.
this how they get us. That's how they're gonna get a lot more people into the series. They just have to release the first one again in such a fantastic way that's modernized to the other Trails games. I'm locked in now, and I'm scared because it's a lot of games.
Yeah. Number 18, Silent Hill F.
I really want to play this. I haven't done it yet,
do too.
though.
I want to pick it up. I heard it's excellent. I've heard from
Yeah.
a few people that it's their favorite Silent Hill since 2. And what's interesting to me is that in order to see the full story, it kind of requires multiple playthroughs, but it's a short enough game,
Yeah.
of course, that you'll get through it quicker each time. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
very
really excited to play this. I've not really felt that attached to Silent Hill since 3, maybe. Like there's been a few I've liked, but not that many. And this just feels like it's probably going to be the return to form that the series has needed. And the 2 remakes good, but I'm talking about like moving forward, and this yeah is really exciting to eventually get around to.
I'm too scared to pick it up. So hope we all have fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be. I've seen a few I saw somebody just out of context playing a certain section, and I'm like, what? That's intense. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Number 19, Digimon Story Time Stranger.
I hear so many people hyping this game up, and I'm like,
People
man,
love this game.
I gotta
Like, if
apparently
you're a Digimon fan, you are just all about this game.
Yeah, I played it a little bit at Gamescom, but I haven't gotten around to picking it up. But no, it's super polished, like visually really impressive. I've seen like a bunch of every time an RPG does something visually impressive, there's always comparisons to Pokemon. But like, you see a few scenes, it's like, wow, that actually is really good considering like the budget they must have had for this.
Well,
Right.
before I didn't realize that the previous Digimon Story game that they eventually put out a dual pack in was started out as a Vita game. So this is the first time doing a
right,
Digimon
yeah.
Story for a console. So
Yeah.
just having that level of quality in there, it's like I heard it's very Persona-ish, like it's like or Shin Megami Tensei for kids or something like that.
Yeah.
So interesting. Definitely leaves me intrigued, but yeah. All right. At number 20, Ghost of Yotei.
Are we completely silent here?
Have any of us played Ghost of Yotei? Because
I didn't enjoy
I've
Tsushima
not.
enough to stick with Yotei, to be honest.
Okay.
Uh,
I've heard it's fun, but the story is not as good.
Yeah.
But
sorry, Ghost of Yotei fans.
yeah, sorry. Number 21, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake.
This is one that I'm gonna
Wonderful.
listen to you guys talk for a half hour for.
Well, you're gonna have to listen to John talk about it because I have not gone into it. My plan is to play the original 3 NES, then 3 HD 2D, and then finally getting to 1 and 2 HD 2D.
Yeah, I'll keep it brief. We got discussion on this game. I think the 1 remake is okay. It's fine. Like it's a cool different version of 1, but the 2 remake is probably like my favorite game this year.
That's the thing that blows my mind is I've heard so many people that it's their new Dragon Quest 2 is their new favorite Dragon Quest. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This is a game that is lambasted for the pure difficulty of the second half. And while that's been mitigated over the course of time with its various re-releases, it's still, the challenge is still there. So the fact that they just shifted it so much blows my mind.
I mean, it's a different Dragon Quest. Like it's not Dragon Quest 12, but it's also not Dragon Quest 2. It's just it's a different game in the series. Like it's got the bone structure of 2. Like you've got the main events, but In the original two, like the story was very much you get Moonbrook being destroyed, and then you go around the world and save it. There's not a whole lot more to it than that.
Right.
This one's just got a story in every town. Like there's more events happening. There's new towns. There's new areas. There's new missions. It's still got that scavenger quest kind of feeling where you go around the world in your boat and you find little things from around the world. But there's so much more tying it together. So much more structure. It's just a different Dragon Quest game that looks a bit like 2, and it's phenomenal.
I'm so looking forward to getting to it. So
I had an extended preview of that when I sat down with Square Enix at PAX, and I didn't play quite enough to really like get all the bits that make it as great as it is. But I could definitely see the components of something that was really doing something great with the Dragon Quest series, and I'm excited to at some point get to that as well because I also love Dragon Quest 3 HD2D as well.
at 22, Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles.
Another one that was at the same appointment.
Yeah, fantastic update.
It is.
Really is the best way to play
Yeah.
Tactics. at this
It does
point.
one thing that I wish every remake would do, and that's just include the original as well. And it's not
Yeah.
even like they're drastically that different, but it's nice that they just have it there in case you want to just experience the purity of it. But the remake's great too. Like the voice acting is spectacular. That's a really huge part of it. But yeah, they've just updated it really well.
Yeah, it adds. It's amazing how much that voice acting adds a lot. Adds
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
It feels so fitting.
Yeah.
So yeah. At 23, Shinobi: Art of Vengeance.
Wonderful.
This feels like an underrated one where people, if you played Shinobi, you loved it, but it was affected by Hollow Knight coming out because I think it came out and then Hollow Knight was like a week after or something like that. And apparently it's sort of a light Metroidvania. Like each level is its own Metroid. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. It's also kind of affected by Ninja Gaiden too. It's like they came out around a very similar time to Hollow Knight, and they come from the same era. It's kind of battling for attention there, but both of them are brilliant games.
Yeah, it's one I want to pick up eventually, but just haven't had a chance yet. So, if it isn't obvious, there's a lot to play just from this year. Like, good God. At 24, Fantasy Life I: The Girl Who Steals Time. Level 5 making a banger game despite themselves, it feels like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this was done by Concept as well. So it's like, what were the chances of this actually being good? This was another one I got for Christmas. It's in the pile of RPGs, so adding a life sim game to that probably is also not the best choice. But I'm excited to get to play that.
Yeah,
but it looks spectacular. I can't wait to actually finally try it.
I've heard amazing things, but haven't even played the original Fantasy Life, so yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you try it at all, Daniel?
This one I have not been able to get to this one. There's a lot to jump into, and the life sim is a little scary to get into right now, even at the
time. 25, Ball X Pit.
Oh yeah.
I've seen a little bit of this, but it seems like it's a breakout roguelike.
Yes, it's Arkanoid, but
Arkanoid.
It just keeps evolving. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's funny. The X is silent or not. I have no idea.
I think it's just Ball Pit. Yeah.
Okay.
But it went pretty viral this year, and it's funny just how much people have missed Arkanoid. That just goes to show that we should have far more Arkanoid clones.
Yeah, it's a classic. That was always one of my favorites when I played my dad's old Atari when I was a kid. So there's something just naturally appealing to it. So it's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
we're gonna pick up the pace a little bit for the next 25. So we'll just probably won't be commenting on every single one of these. At 26, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Tied for 27, Monster Hunter Wilds and Octopath Traveler 0.
It's Wilds very much like it in terms of like its appeal. It seemed to appeal to a lot of fans originally, but they dropped off fast. And sales-wise, it sold well in the first week, but now it's being outsold. It's at the bottom of the Capcom charts, and it's being outsold by like Resident Evil re-releases and Devil May Cry 5, which is really old at this point. So that was a pretty big misstep. It's still sold
they're trying to improve it. Like they're still doing tweaks to it. So
yeah,
I don't know if maybe it'll get a spot where everybody's like, oh, okay now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Octopath Zero, I want to play. There's just too much stuff, and I can't
Yeah.
add another RPG right now.
I haven't played Octopath 2 yet, and honestly, it's just impressive the conversion they did from a gotcha to a mobile gotcha to legit RPG. So
more games need
kudos
to
there.
take note of this and
Yeah,
see how it's
seriously.
done.
You can save oh god, what was the game one from Nintendo?
Dragalia Lost?
Dragalia Lost. That's how you save
Yeah.
Dragalia Lost. So there you go.
Get this team working on it. There you go.
At 29, Once Upon a Katamari. I've heard it's one of the best Katamaris in a while.
Yeah. Oh, it is really good.
Yeah.
And adding multiplayer to it really changed it too. I played this with a group of friends recently, and we had a ball. Let's move on.
Yeah. Speaking of friends, number 30, Peak. I have not tried this. The kids play it; they love it. I've like they're all be in their own rooms playing it, and you just hear the shouting of whatever's happening during it. But just people love Peak.
Yeah, it's one of those 4-player co-op kind of games, but I think it's done really well. It's one of those ones where it's really fun with the like the proximity chat. That's one of those funny ones.
Yes.
Yeah. It was pretty well done. That kind of game. Yeah.
Most impressive thing I heard is that it was just a simple thing they made for a game jam without any real serious thoughts about it, but it was so popular that they fleshed out and blew up.
Sometimes that's all you need. You just need a simple idea that people just gravitates towards, and yeah, you just want to reach the peak together. A co-op or 4-player co-op games or something I just adore. So we need more of those.
We do. 31, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This one I did play, review, loved it. This is just great action send up player. Like you have a few things to search for, but mostly it's just straight up action platforming, and it just excels at that. 32, Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Star-Crossed World.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. I don't know if I think about it much, but it was good.
I've not tried it myself, but it's like I looked at what it was bringing. I was like, I don't know if that's worth the money to buy the upgrade, and I just skipped it because I think Silk Song came out, so I just prioritized that.
It was a great visit. No, it was a great visit back to that, and also just playing seeing that game in 60 frames per second on Switch 2 edition was really good.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest of the Switch 1 updates, because that game always I think it ran fine. It's the background frame rate that always bugged me, because everything was half rate.
Yeah,
and it's a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I think there's a reason it's probably the highest of the upgrades that Switch 1 got to Switch 2.
Yeah.
So, 33, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I've heard really good things. Interesting follow up to Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah.
So, 34, Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves. Has its own controversies, but it was one of the few new fighting games you got that year, and it's solid. But man, they're doing weird things with that game. It's a shame because again, the core gameplay is good.
Yeah. It wasn't a very busy year for fighting games.
No. 35, Doom: The Dark Ages.
It's funny how this one didn't seem to really have a stamp.
No, it didn't seem to resonate.
Didn't win, yeah.
Like I think I heard it was fine, but
it
didn't
good.
stick with people.
Yeah. I think that's kind of it. Yeah.
36, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
What a name.
I've seen gameplay of it. It's Yakuza. It's Yakuza just with the pirate theme. Just randomly. So neat. makes sense. 37, Raito Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army. This is one I want to check out eventually. Just again, so many RPGs. But it seems like a really solid update, and I hope it does well. So not only we can get the sequel, but it encourages them to do the I'm blanking on its name, the other PS2 duology from SMT.
Yeah, it's more of like a reimagining in some ways, because they've completely changed the combat system. So it's very different to the PS2 version, but it still plays very well there.
Yeah, that's an ace breaker. Digital Devil Saga.
Mm.
That's I feel like that
right.
needs another shot.
Yeah.
At 38, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Hmm.
Not checked it out
I,
myself, so
a lot of
don't.
people were like trying to get this one to be game of the year. It didn't quite make it, obviously, but
Hmm.
very very ambitious and big game. Not one that I've played personally, but yeah, there's a big passion for this one.
Yeah, definitely. At 39, Pac-Man World 2 Repack.
Oh baby, that game is a remake of the most popular Pac-Man World that I played on the GameCube. Very well done remake. I love that Pac-Man sounds like a dude now from Pac-Man World 3. The fact they brought him back is great. I do genuinely love that.
Yeah, that is cool.
I haven't played it yet, but I will be playing it relatively soonish. So
Got a Sonic stage, a couple Sonic stages in it. The Sonic stages go a lot more faithful to Sonic than I thought they would. Kind of
well,
scared
isn't that
me.
interesting? I enjoyed Repack 1, so we'll see how I feel about Repack 2. Number 40, I wish this was a little bit higher just because I haven't had a chance to play it myself yet, but the concept is so good. Absalom.
Oh yes, yeah.
Roguelike beat 'em up, and what I've seen of it looks fantastic. I picked it up, it was on sale. And that's my post Hades 2 game.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to check this one out, but I've heard amazing things. So hopefully that gives a little bit of a push. Like, yes, it is good. It's multiplayer. I think, is it online multiplayer as well?
I feel like it is.
Yeah. And as pointed out by Down Alpha Line, developed by Guard Crush, one of the devs of Streets of Rage 4, which also makes my interest because Streets of Rage 4 might be my favorite beat 'em up of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So has online multiplayer. Thank you, Eggroll. So there you go. 41, Elden Ring Night Rain.
It's funny how popular Elden Ring was. This one, you don't hear about it that much.
I think they checked
Not
that at the
really.
beginning, and then they're like, that's multiplayer Elden Ring, and then they were done.
Yeah, it's not like it's bad. It's a good game. It's funny how quickly it disappeared there.
Yeah. 42, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered.
I didn't actually like this one.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't like how it looked. I think it doesn't keep the vibes of Oblivion that well. Like it's still they didn't like change everything. It's still running the same source code pretty much. So it acts like Oblivion. It's funny like Oblivion. I just don't like how it looks though.
I've never played Oblivion. Never had a real interest. I tried to get into Skyrim. I liked what I played, but then I had the issue with the PS3 version. I never felt the urge to go back to previous Elder Scrolls. So just misses me. That's all. We have a tie for 43 between Rune Factory, Guardians of Ozma, and Yuka Replayly.
Yuka Replay is like one of the most interesting remakes ever because they took another shot at making the same game. Like it's not like totally reimagined. It's the same kind of stages, remixed a little bit.
Yeah.
But the objectives are all like completely different, and it's way better than the original.
It's got so much of that, like an inspiration from Odyssey, that kind of flavor to it that really just kind of fleshes out a lot of the world. And the things that they change, I think, were for the better for the most part. And yeah, it just if it's such a unique, like it feels the same but a completely different experience at the same time kind of game.
Yeah.
I'll need to check it out at some point because I bounced off of the original.
The Odyssey comparisons make a lot of sense because like the objectives, they feel like Odyssey. Like sometimes there'll be something like snuck around a corner, like just like Odyssey does, and all the little just design language of Odyssey is in there.
Mm-hmm. Also impressive to just see Rune Factory doing so well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
good for it. 45, The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2, the most recent timeline-wise of the Trails games. At least the States. There's one more after this that's released in Japan, but we're still getting that translated. But this finishes the Daybreak duology. So
we got the Horizon game coming out, and it's just the series is attacking me on all fronts. I'm scared, you guys.
Oh yeah,
You should be.
There's so many the Trails games.
Help.
It is, but excuse me. I did play the original. Horizon is part of Daybreak. I didn't realize it was featuring the same characters. I just assumed it was, a new series since it had wasn't using Daybreak anymore. Still, I think the gameplay. I played the demo of the original Trails of Daybreak, and that's when I think that's where the gameplay of Trails in the Sky came from. The mix of action and turn based.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know about the other Trails games how they treat their combat, but it's good to see that the series is still going strong even amongst even how many games in.
Yeah.
So, at 46, Rift of the Necro Dancer.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. Yeah.
I've heard good things. 47 is one I really want to check out. Just haven't had a chance yet. Unbeatable.
Oh, also
That
like
too.
this one a lot.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah. Yeah, there's the vibes
Great
are
visual
unparalleled.
flair. At 48, Back to the Dawn.
I'm not sure what Back to the Dawn is.
I need to
Oh.
remind myself because I kind of forget. Let's see. Back to the Dawn is described as a story-rich RPG set in a high-security prison ruled by factions and buried secrets. Investigate two conspiracies from the inside, gather evidence, and outsmart a system designed to silence you. Make friends or foes with fellow inmates, and with their help, break out of prison. The difference is that it looks like an RPG Maker game, that sort of 2D pixel style, and it's anthropomorphic animals. So
Okay.
it's like a
course.
fat fox and a panther doing
right.
all this.
Okay.
So did not hear about this one, but has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. So there you go. Let's see. At 49, Look Outside.
I don't think I know
You
what
guys
that
heard of
is
this one?
either. What are these
Yeah,
games?
this is another one that is
Oh, this looks cool.
on Steam. Survival horror RPG set in a single apartment building. A mysterious event turns anyone who looks out the window into grotesque monsters, leaving the world in absolute chaos. Scavenge the building to seek food, supplies, and weapons while encountering strange characters. So it looks like a throwback to Sweet Home.
Yeah, this looks really
Oh.
good. I've not heard of this.
Some crazy monster designs. Like, good God. So, yeah. Again, that's why I love these. Get these like games that you might not think of, but do quite well.
Yeah.
And finally, at number 50, Dear Me, I Was.
Ah,
Oh,
cool to
yeah.
see. Very cool to see.
Very artistically made. Yeah.
Mhm. So I'd say that's a pretty solid top 50 of games to check out.
There
Honestly,
was
there's
no
a lot more.
Welcome Tour or Dragon Drive.
Yeah,
So
where
I
were
don't know if they
they?
did that.
Where were they?
I will quickly go off the others just to go get a few others. Tied at 51, Capcom Fighting Collection 2 and Uma Musume, Pretty Derby. Then Date Everything, then Ninja Gaiden 4, then No Sleep for Konami Date from the Somnian Files, then Tori Saturn, never heard of that one.
Tori Saturn's really good.
Okay. Which also tied with a Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour.
Yeah.
There you go.
Then Ooh.
See, it is a game.
It is a
Ooh,
game.
with the little umlaut on it.
Yes. Ooh. Then another game I've heard a lot of really good things about, Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. Shantae Advance Risky Revolution. This one I was just like, what the hell? Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. I opened a portal to hell in the favela trying to revive MIT AIA. I need to close it.
Oh, what a classic that one is.
I've never heard of that.
Sounds like a Japanese anime title at this point.
I guess so. And then a tie between Fast Fusion and Ender Magnolia.
Oh, there you go. Love Ender Magnolia.
Then a tie between Squeak Cross, which Amy has been really loving, and Power Wash Simulator 2, if you forgot that came out this year. Just to do the other ones, that got 50 points or more. Hop Shot, Chronos the New Dawn, South of Midnight, Battlefield 6, Captain Blood, Shuten Order, Despelote, that's a good one to say. Despelote, yes. Luminessa Rise and Babushka's Glitch Dungeon.
Oh, Babushka.
And there's a bunch of others, but those are that's what that's what got the more than 50 points from our audience.
Very
I hope
cool.
Luminous causes more of a splash when it goes multi-platform, because I haven't played it yet. I'm waiting for the Switch version if it comes.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of great games in 2025, and I'd say a pretty solid list of things to check out. Hopefully, there's something on here that catches your interest, or maybe you were curious about, and high enough up that you decided to check it out.
Yeah.
No Shadow Labyrinth was a bit odd.
Yeah, it got close. It got 36 points.
Okay. I wouldn't say it's like one of my favorite games of the year, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Shadow Labyrinth. It's surprisingly challenging, but yeah, it just seems like something some people bounced off a little bit.
Yeah,
which is fair. But yeah, that is it for this one. Good to be back for our top 10s. I thought it was a lot of fun. And for our next top 10, which as of this point should be live for all of you in the watching right now, at least for the week that this goes up, until, hold on, let me look at the dates. It'll be up till Sunday, the 18th, January 18th. Our next top 10 is going to be top 10 Mario characters of all time. Your top 10 favorite Mario characters, and it's any Mario character from the main games, the spin-offs. I'm going to include Luigi in that. I'm going to include Wario Land in that. I think I'm going to include Donkey Kong in that because Diddy, Dixie, Funky have all appeared in Mario Kart, so I think they count. However, I will not include, and the Kremlings appeared in Mario Strikers. I am going to do a cutoff of WarioWare characters will not count because they have not crossed over. WarioWare feels separate from Wario Land because Wario Land started out as, well, Mario Land. So that's what the cutoff is. But otherwise, you could put Goomba, you could put Koopa Troopa, you could put...
all right, everyone. Give me that Shy Guy sweep, everybody.
Yeah. Some random NPC from Paper Mario.
Vote for the birds from each Odyssey Kingdom. Like, vote for the Sand Kingdom bird.
There you go.
Vote for the Sandbird from Sunshine.
Just put birds all over the list.
Birds.
Yeah. Birdo.
I see a question. Is
bird.
Paper Luigi and Luigi the same character? What do you guys think? I think they're
characters.
I mean, in Paper Jam, they're separate characters. So
that's true.
That's,
so yeah, the paper versions are different, but like Mario and Luigi from Superstar Saga and the Mario and Luigi games, I think will count as Mario and Luigi. So it's only the paper versions.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's I think that'll be that. So yeah, that'll vote now. It should be live if you're watching this as this released, and we're gonna just keep these going with just fun ideas like that. And I'll put it out to our patrons very soon about other ideas, but these are the first two that I thought of, and I thought I'd go with it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this is as Pickminer points out, either a very interesting or very boring list of Mario characters. We'll see how crazy this gets.
Or as Natalie says, will lubber reveal themselves?
Yes. Oh boy, now we're getting spicy in here. But yeah, thank you all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the return of these top 10 discussions. I thought I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys did too. And thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to GVG, hitting the like button, and ringing that bell. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/GVGaming with plenty of extra perks. Until next time, bye.